Hello, MTA runners. This is Jennifer Giles, MTA running coach, triathlon coach, and sports nutritionist. Today, we're going to talk about a problem that some of us run into while training for endurance events, and that is weight gain. So I know it's happened to me. It actually happened to me the very first time I trained for a marathon. I ended up gaining 10 pounds, and I was shocked. And over the past 20 years, I've realized that so many other people have that same issue. Now, it happened to me before I knew what I was doing, and I've learned a lot since then. I'm going to share some of that with you because I think it's an important thing to be aware of while we're training for endurance events so that we actually either maintain our weight or perhaps even lose a little weight depending on who you are and what your needs are, and avoid that unwanted weight gain. I always say to my runners and to my athletes, don't out eat a run. So while you're running, you're only burning a certain amount of calories. And yes, our metabolisms are increased for a little while afterwards, but it does not give you a free pass to eat anything you want for 6 hours. And it doesn't give you a free pass to eat a sleeve of cookies right after you run. I want you to change that mindset to fueling your body really efficiently and really well and prioritizing your performance rather than your hunger. And keeping hunger under control is an important thing to learn how to do also so that it doesn't get out of control. I know the feeling of coming back from a long run and just wanting to eat everything in the refrigerator. And that really can be prevented. And this is how. Number one, hydration. I know it sounds crazy because it's not food, it's water. But a lot of times when we're chronically dehydrated over a long period of time, and endurance athletes are at a high risk for this because we're running long weekly mileage. And if we're not keeping up with our hydration, efficiently, we're chronically dehydrated, and that can send a signal to our body that we're actually hungry, which triggers overeating. Because a lot of foods that we eat are high in fluid. So our body is craving fluid, but we see it as food and we just keep eating and eating and eating, and then we go over our calorie requirement for the day and certainly over what we've burned during our run. So it's a little bit of balance that way. So stay hydrated. You want to go into every run before well hydrated. You want to stay well hydrated during your run, and then you want to rehydrate after your run. But you also want to hydrate on a consistent basis throughout the week, whether you're running or not. You want to keep your body at a maximal hydration level so that anytime when you go out for a short run, a speed run, a tempo run, whatever it is, that you're well hydrated and you're performing at your best. That's key. But it can also, the side effect of that, it also helps you from overeating. Okay, so hydration is number one. Preparing, planning before your run, before and after run, and recovering well after your run is key. So planning and recovering, that's that balance that we want to get to. So another thing I also tell my runners is say, wait, you ever go out for a run without your running shoes on? And my runners laugh, oh, never, I would never do that. That's silly. A couple runners did say that they were barefoot runners, so that joke didn't work well with them. But most people run with shoes on. So you don't go out for a run without shoes. I'm actually going out for a run right now after this video, and I have my shell on because it's windy and cold. I have my thermal running pants. I'm very well prepared. I have my running bottle, my handheld running bottle because I want to stay well hydrated. I have my gloves. We all have our famous fun gear that we like, so we don't go out on a run without the gear that we love. I have my beanie because it is very cold here in Connecticut, and I have my glasses because it's a little bit sunny too, and I get headaches when I run, so I'm always prepared with my sunglasses and everything else I need to keep me comfortable in my run, right? So I'm ready. Or am I? I want you to think of nutrition as a piece of equipment, just like all this other piece of gear, just like everything else. Nutrition is that important to your performance, so I want you to make sure that you prepare and at least you think about it. And you're aware of it. So I should ask myself right now, did I eat well last night? Did I fuel well enough last night going into this run that I'm going to be doing today? Did I fuel well this morning? Did I hydrate? We just talked about hydration. And am I planning to bring anything with me? I have a water bottle, but anything else? And that's based on how long the run's going to be. And am I prepared for afterwards? So let's start and work backwards. First of all, I want you all to try to find a place in your kitchen. This is why I'm doing the video in my kitchen, because I'm going to give you a little sneak peek to my area. But I want you to find a cabinet, a shelf, an area in your kitchen where you can keep your sports nutrition goods. And in my case, I have two areas. I have an area right here in this cabinet where I keep my protein powder. I keep some protein bars, sports bars, Clif bars, thin bars, whatever bars that you like to use, Luna bars. I keep a little high protein granola to snack on. I have my electrolyte tablets, Zim. I have base salts. I have True Lemon to help keep me hydrated. This is just crystallized lemon. I put in my water to make it taste good, but it also has vitamin C. And I keep my Vitamix blender, my NutriBullet blender, whatever blender you have, keep that out. Now, I'm specifically going on a run, so I have this out, ready to go for when I come back. And that's the key. If you're prepared and you have it all set up, ready to go, you will run right back and you will focus on your recovery snack before you do anything else. And I also keep it next to my banana so I can throw a banana in. It's just easier. My second spot is in my fridge. So I have this area over here where I keep yogurt, berries, spinach, kale, hard-boiled eggs ready to grab and go, fruit ready. So this is kind of the runner's area over here. Yogurts are up to peanut butter up on top. If you have a special area, and this is why I suggest that you do this, then you go to one place and you pick and choose what you need and you go. Less thinking. You also can see when it's running low, so you know when to restock. And that's key too, because if you're always prepared and you always have it there, you will use it. And if it's not there, you're not going to use it. You're going to grab something else, and it's not going to be as good of a choice as it could be if you're well stocked and well prepared. Now, the caveat to this is if you're not running from your home, if you're actually driving to meet a friend or a running group, and after your run is over, you sit there and you compare your distance on your running watches and you chit-chat about how you're feeling and that run was great. Oh, did you see that horse farm over there? And then that's 10 minutes of chit-chatting, right? And then your drive might be 10 minutes home, and then you've missed your recovery window a little bit. So if that's your scenario, or if you're running from work or wherever else you're running, bring something with you because you won't have access to your area for at least a half an hour, and then you're missing that recovery window. If you have something there, even if you just grab some high protein granola and have a handful of that on the way home, that can carry you over until your proper recovery snack. So being prepared and knowing exactly what you're going to recover with afterwards is key. It's key to performance, it's key to blood sugar regulation, and it is key to weight maintenance specifically, because if you go into a run well-fueled, if you maintain your hydration and your fueling during a run, and if you recover properly after your run, your blood sugar will never dip, and then you will never get an uncontrollable craving to eat processed high sugar, high fat foods. And you will also be able to shut off that hunger signal because you're including protein and carbohydrate in that recovery snack. And you're not going to be hungry. You're not going to be famished. You're not going to kind of feel that I can't stop eating feeling. And that's where we manage our weight really well. Now, the good news is when your body is balanced and your blood sugar is balanced on a consistent basis, and after those long runs, then what happens is your body gets kind of bored. And then it says, oh, you know what? I'm bored. So I'm going to go burn the fat that I stored 6 months ago. And that is how we start losing weight if you have weight to lose instead of gaining weight. That's the key to success right there. So if you're mindful about all of this and you take the steps to avoid it, then you will not gain weight during endurance training. And the other thing that plays really nicely into this is timing of nutrient intake, both before, during, and after your runs, but also consistently throughout the week, even on off days, even on strength training days, even on cross training days. Because that is the key to being able and to forming good habits, to being able to time your nutrient intake around your running as well. So that's a key thing to practice. I recorded another webinar specifically on that topic, and I highly recommend you watch that because learning those tactics is the key to success with your running. But the side effect of it is success with weight management as well. So these two webinars go really well, nicely together. All right, well, I wish you the best of luck in your endurance training. I wish you the best of luck in weight management and finding out the recovery tactics that work best for you, planning and recovery tactics that work best for you in order to manage your weight. And if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to help you with any questions that you have. And that's it for today. Thanks. Happy running.